Russell Westbrook went 3 of 19. That's the worst playoff shooting performance since Russell Westbrook previously. If you'd never seen Russell Westbrook play a game and you described him to friends, just give him last night's tape. He was 3 for 19 and wouldn't stop shooting. Classic Westbrook. Yet his energy and hustle were indispensable. That's Westbrook. He also got into it with a fan. That's Westbrook. Right in the middle of the game, he's yelling at a fan. Westbrook remains one of the NBA's best athletes. He is a walking Red Bull. He is nonstop energy. He led the Clippers in offensive rebounds and blocks. He's a guard. He was all over KD early, and he was all over Devin Booker late. He plays harder more consistently than any player I've ever watched in the NBA. I've never seen anything like it, and that has real value. Now, he can't shoot, and he's a guard, and most can shoot. So that can be a real minus. He got into an incredibly so Westbrook ugly stretch in the third where he wouldn't stop shooting, and he couldn't hit anything. Short, mid-range, deep, and he just kept going, and he kept shooting, and finally the Clippers took him out, and then they went on a stretch, outscored Phoenix by 11 points when he was on the bench. They had to get him off the floor. And yet, late in the game, his defense, rebounding, and energy is why they won. And both can be true. He gets in the way offensively, and he is relentless and capable of steering a game in your direction in other facets of the game. Both can be true. Now, it's also true that he wears people out over time. People with big energy can. What is this, his 5th team in 5 years? But I've never seen a Westbrook game that was more Westbrook. He doesn't play with a ton of self-awareness. He just wouldn't stop shooting in the third. Phoenix went on a big run. They took him out. Then the Clippers immediately went in a big run. But they don't win that game without him. His play at the end of the game against Devin Booker, I'm just saying, recent memory, that's the best defensive play I've seen in the NBA in a long time in a big game. That's as good a defensive play. To block an all-star guard, remain viable and focused on the play as Booker complains with the official, grab it and throw it off Booker. That's the ballgame. Why didn't Booker shoot a 3? That's another story. But that's as good a defensive play as you're going to see in this league. And it's who Westbrook is. And he can't shoot. And he lets fans get into his head. And he can get in the way. It's interesting. I almost feel like because he was shooting so poorly, Westbrook said, I got to produce here. I got to do something on the defensive end. Because a lot of times Westbrook doesn't show up defensively. Yesterday was fantastic. He was all over KD early. He was over Booker late. But that game, in a nutshell, is Russell Westbrook. And both things can be true. He can get in the way, and he can be invaluable. It's okay. 2 things, your brain can work this way. 2 things can be true at the same time. How about the Lakers? You know, one of the great gifts of the best players ever, Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, LeBron James, just to name 2 or 3 of them, is they understand basketball. They're very smart. And LeBron James showed you a lot about his intelligence yesterday. He's 38. He gets tired. He gets ugly turnovers. He takes a lot of long, uninspiring three-pointers, which it can be, at times, I think it's when you don't have your legs, that's the easiest shot. But now some of it, LeBron's always a victim of LeBron. He shot 50% from the field. He had over 20 points. He had 5 assists, 3 blocks. We're all like, he didn't play that well. That's a really good game for 90% of NBA players ever. But in the fourth quarter, LeBron had 3 points. He had 1 shot and no assists. He's 38 years old, and you could see it. But this is where he's a little anti-Westbrook. He's got great self-awareness. He pulled back. Rui, shoot it, young man, 9 points. Reaves, control the offense, 14 points. AD, 6 points, 2 blocks. This is where LeBron really shows another layer of greatness. He knows what he is, but he also knows what he's not. And he's not going to be, in the fourth quarter, a guy you can put the entire offense on. He knows he needs performers around him. He knows what works with this game. He knows what he needs. And so LeBron, to some degree, was a little gassed in the fourth quarter, and he lets others at 38 years old, with one of the highest basketball IQs of my life, He lets others take control. That is a real thing. It's my biggest knock on Westbrook. He lives in a tunnel. LeBron doesn't. LeBron, like Magic Johnson, he knows what he is, he knows what he's not, and he leans into others. I mean, Austin Reaves is undrafted, and LeBron had no problem stepping back. Now, in December and January, when AD was hurt, LeBron needed to carry the team. Back then, the roster was a mess. It was before Rob Pelinka did his magic. It was a mess. So LeBron had to step up in December and January. Remember the minutes he was playing? It was insane at his age. But I thought it was so interesting. On the road, they know they don't want to get into a long series with Memphis. Memphis is younger. Memphis has a lot of depth. They don't want to get into a long series. This was a crucial game for the Lakers. And here in the fourth, LeBron pulls back, let Austin Reaves control the offense. And for the record, there are arguments to be made at times. He is very effective running this offense, and LeBron being a little bit off ball. But LeBron now at this age, and a lot of stars do not age gracefully. That was a graceful fourth quarter. Go all in when needed, gracefully step back when not, and LeBron has no problems after the game saying, Austin Reaves is why we won. Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out more of the best clips from The Herd or go watch a few segments from other shows on FS1.